Oh, hey, you guys are still here. Nice. Look, I know you've been waiting for me to tell you how to unjudge a judge. So here we go. You ready? Okay. So, what does it mean to unjudge a judge, right? Well, it means that the judge is no longer able to be a judge, okay? That's what it means. It means that they have lost the status of a judge. They're no longer able to receive a paycheck from the state, okay? They're no longer entitled to being called Your Honor. All right, they don't have any immunities afforded to a judge anymore. Okay, that's what that means. That's what it means to be unjudged. And they can no longer hold public office. They can't run for mayor, what do they call them, constable. They can't run for, city representative or district representative, senator. They're done in politics. That's what it means to unjudge a judge. Okay? Now, you got to think about it. Judges are not allowed to commit crimes. Okay? You cannot commit a crime from the bench. And the United States Constitution and the state constitutions, okay, there's 50 of them, they all say that when the government takes your property for public use, they have to compensate you, okay? Now, some states, they even go as far as to say, like, you got to get permission from that person in order to take their property, and you still have to compensate them, okay? The thing is there's nothing in there about taking property for private use. Okay, if a judge takes your property and gives it to your neighbor, who's using your property? Your neighbor, not the judge. So the judge took your property for private use. Okay, now that is not something that a judge can do. Okay, that's called theft. That's not in the Constitution. The only thing that they can do is take your property for public use, and they must compensate you. And sometimes, depending on what state you're in, they got to get your permission to do it. Okay? So now let's think about your children. When the government comes in and they take your children from you, and they say, okay, you're only weekend now. You get them on the weekends, every other weekend, and then now you got to pay money. We're going to take your kid and we're going to give it to this person, and we're going to take your money and we're going to give it to this person. Are they taking your property for public use? No, nobody's using your kid except for that other parent. What are they using your kid for? Oh, to raise it, to live their dream of being a parent, right? Which is why you became a parent in the first place. So, they're taking your property for private use. That's called theft, okay? Now, if your children are not wards of the state, which means that you and the other parent were found unfit through a very strict process. Okay? You're not able to take care of your kids, so the government took them. Guess what? You're responsible for them. The government is now fitting a bill. So therefore, you got to pay. You know what I mean? Because you couldn't take care of your property. All right? But that's not the case when everybody's watching this video. The government took your property for private use, all right? And you weren't even compensated. You're discompensated. Twice, they took your property and took your money, okay, which is also property. Go look in your laws. You'll see money's defined as property, okay? So that's called theft. So judges cannot commit theft. If they commit theft, right, then they're guilty of a crime, all right, which is theft. Now, judges take an oath to uphold the Constitution and the laws of the United States and the states in which they operate in. So, if your judge took an oath to uphold all the laws, right? And that's 4 U.S. Code 101. Now, that says that they got to take an oath to do all this stuff. If they lie on their oath, that's committing perjury. All right? So they take an oath. Yes, I will uphold the Constitution. I promise. Do all that whole thing. I promise. And then 2 weeks later, they go and they violate the Constitution. Bam. All it takes is one instance of perjury. Okay, so that's perjury upon their oath. They lied upon their oath. Their oath is no longer good. Therefore, they are not a judge because their oath is not valid. That oath, you hear a lot of people talking about get the oath. Get the oath, get the oath. What the fuck are you going to do with the oath? What are you going to do with the oath? Ask them what you going to do with the oath when you get it. If they don't have it, what are you going to do if they don't have it? What you going to do? Right? Well, you file a lawsuit against the judge for theft, and then you file another lawsuit against the judge for perjury. All right? And then you file another lawsuit for theft, but this time you add your local district attorney as a party. Okay? And then you file a lawsuit for perjury and you add your local district attorney. You can file another set where you add the federal district attorney to it. Okay? You can add whoever the hell you want that is a law enforcement agency, and you add them to your lawsuits so that they have to be made aware of it, and then they have to do something about it. Okay? They have to investigate it. They have to figure out, well, okay, is this warranted or is it not? How did the judge get to tell these people what to do? They didn't abandon their children. There's no contract that one of the parents said that you could have my kid and my money. Nobody ever agreed to that. So how did the judge do it? It's theft, which means it's a crime, which means it's perjury. And the judge is no longer a judge. They've been unjudged. So that is how you unjudge a judge, people. All right? So if you got any questions, put them in the comments section down there. All right? You can always reach us on Facebook, and we're on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. So go hit us up there. And the phone number is down there too, okay? Go on to the Facebook page or the website, and you'll see the phone number. All right, give us a call. You can always send us an email at dadequalcustody@gmail.com. All one word, dadequalcustody, all together, no spaces, nothing like that, @gmail.com. All right, this is Drew. Take it easy, people.